Today we are taking Vocabulary Unit 9, How do we use language? So let's get started.
Hello, and welcome to today's big question. How do we use language? Before we can answer this question, we need to ask another one. What is language? Most people agree that language is how we communicate. But we can communicate in many different ways. The most obvious is speaking, but there are many other ways we communicate with others. We use facial expressions. So a smile can let people know we are happy, or a frown can let people know we are sad or angry. We also use gestures. Some gestures are widely used, but some are unique to a particular culture. Some widely recognized gestures include nodding the head to say yes, shaking it to say no, and waving a hand to say hello. But sometimes the thoughts, ideas, or feelings we want to communicate are too complicated for gestures or facial expressions. When this happens, we use spoken language. Experts say that there are around 7,000 languages around the world. The most widely used language is Mandarin. Around 955 million people speak it. That's over 14% of the world's population. The second most common language in the world is Spanish, with 407 million speakers. It is spoken in Spain and all over Latin America. A lot of people speak it in the United States, too. The third most popular language is the one I'm speaking now, English. People who speak English as a first language can be found across the globe in countries like the UK, the USA, Ireland, Australia, Canada, and India. The 7,000 languages we use today are grouped into language families. English is a Germanic language and is part of the Indo-European language family. We communicate all the time in lots of different ways. Sometimes we use our facial expressions, sometimes we use gestures, and sometimes we speak. But however we use it, language is one of the most important abilities we have.
The first word is distress. Distress is a noun, and the meaning of distress is the state of being very upset or unhappy, or of suffering great pain. As an example, I felt distress when I failed in the exam. Number 2, lack. Lack is a verb, and the meaning of lack is to have none or not having enough of something. Like in this picture, this puzzle lacked one piece. Number 3, consist. Consist is to be made up of something. Like in this picture, this circle consists of 4 parts. Number 4, disapproval. Disapproval is a noun, and the meaning of disapproval is a feeling that something is bad or that someone is behaving badly. As an example, my brother gave me a disapproval look when I broke his window. Now, do you see his disapproval look in this picture? This is a disapproval. Let's see the 5th word.
Refusal. Refusal is a noun, and it's an act of saying or showing that you will not do or accept something. Example, my friend's refusal to play with me hurt my feeling.
Number 7, beckon. Beckon is a verb. And the meaning of beckon is to show someone, often with a movement of your fingers or hands, that you want them to come closer. See in this picture, this is a beckon. And when you do this with your hand, that means to come closer. As an example, when Dina saw her teacher beckon, she went directly to her. Number 8. Gesture. Gesture is a movement of hand, head, etc. that expresses something. Like in this picture, there are many gestures in this picture. So gestures can be used instead of spoken language. 9. Group. Group is a verb. To form people or things into groups or to form one or more groups. As an example, I grouped these people into 7 groups. So here I used group in 2 ways, as a noun and as a verb. Like here I grouped, so here grouped is a verb, but when I said I grouped these people into 7 groups, now groups after 7 is a noun. Number 10, invaluable. Invaluable is an adjective and that means very useful or valuable. As an example, I bought an invaluable diamond ring. So that means like it's so expensive.
Enable. Enable is a verb, and it's to make it possible for someone or something to make something. As an example, the man enabled me to enter the park. He used a simple sign, like this picture. So he enabled me, that means he made it possible for me to enter the park.
12. Transmit. Transmit is a verb. To send or pass something from one person or place to another. As an example, this plate transmits signals to the televisions. As you see in this picture, this plate transmits signals to the televisions. 13. Conceal. Conceal is a verb and to hide someone or something. As an example, the girl tried to conceal herself. She was afraid to sing on the stage. 14. Raised. Raised is an adjective. And the meaning of raised is higher than the area around. As an example, the teacher will choose every raised hand. So here, raised hand, raised here is an adjective. 15. Estimate. Estimate is a verb. To calculate the size, cost, etc. of something approximately before you have all the facts and figures. Like in this picture, the boy is trying to estimate the numbers of the marble pieces.
Brand new. Brand new is an adjective, and the meaning of brand new is completely new. Example, I bought a brand new car. That means I bought a completely new car.
17. Ancestor. Ancestor is a noun. Ancestor is a person in your family who lived a long time before you. As an example, I wish I could see my ancestors. I wanted to know how the pharaohs lived. So ancestors, they are not your grandfather or your great-grandfather, like they are great-great-great-grandfathers. So they are your ancestors. Number 18, allies. Allies is noun and it's a person who helps you, especially when other people are against you. As an example, in wars, you have to gain some allies to help you in the battle. So allies, they are like friends but in wars. Number 19, ingenious. Ingenious is an adjective. It's used about a thing or an idea that has been made or planned in an intelligent way with new ideas. As an example, they say I'm creative, maybe because I have ingenious ideas. 20. Widely. It's an adverb. To large degree, a lot. As an example, gestures are widely used in Egypt. Now with synonyms and antonyms. Unit 9. Number 1. Beckon. The synonym of beckon is to call, and the antonym send away. Number 2, distress. The synonym of distress is upset, but the antonym comfort. Group. The synonym of group is categorize, but the antonym separate. Disapproval. The synonym of disapproval is disagreement, but the antonym approval.
Enable. The synonym of enable is allow or permit, but the antonym is forbid.
Conceal. Conceal. The synonym of conceal is hide, but the antonym show. Lack. The synonym of lack is need, but the antonym own. Invaluable. The synonym of invaluable is priceless, but the antonym cheap. Estimate. The synonym of estimate is calculate, but the antonym calculate precisely.
Brand new. The synonym of brand new is completely new, but the antonym is old.
Consist. The synonym of consist is contain.
Refusal. The synonym of refusal is rejection, but the antonym is approval.
Gesture, and the synonym of gesture, sign. Transmit. The synonym of transmit is transfer, but the antonym receive. Raised. The synonym of raised is elevated, but the antonym lowered. Ancestor. The synonym of ancestor is forefather, but the antonym grandchild. Allies. The synonym of allies is friends, but the antonym enemies. Widely, and the synonym of widely is universally, but the antonym locally. Ingenious. The synonym of ingenious is innovative, and the antonym uncreative. Thanks for watching. See you in the next videos.